Hi, I've just done this. I've dried it all off ready. It takes too long if I show the drawing of this and the actual painting, but I've done so many of them, so you can look back in time over the last couple of years and you can find them all out. The title includes line and wash. So what I've done is similar to what I've just done, which is just a pathway through some hills in distance, which I haven't put in ink. I don't want them to be too obvious. So I'm going to do a more gentle sky than I did last time. So the colours are lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey and burnt sienna. And thanks to Maria, gave me the idea of putting my palette with a bit of spray on it into a Ziploc bag. There we are, a bit dirty, but there we go. And it keeps the paint moist for the next time. So you've got quite a bit of moist paint when you need it. So I'll start the usual way, wet in wet, using the 2-inch hake. The paper is Fabriano, £130, super paper for this type of work. I love line and wash. It's because you get all the lovely softness with it, and as you progress towards the base of the picture, gravity has pulled a lot of the water down and dried into the paper or evaporated, and you get the harder effects, which is lovely. You have to be careful when you're using black ink. This is Stevens black Indian ink. It's I think not allowed to call things Indian really, but that's what it used to be. So I'll put a bit of nice sienna in the sky. So the paper is Fabriano, £130 weight, 15 inches by 11, which in old money is quarter imperial. An imperial sheet being 32 inches by 22. But let's go over that, warm it all up. And where I've clumped the ink is because I've used the size of the number 1 rigger, and it sort of blobs, so I have to turn it into bushes. But by the time you've got your heavier paint on, you'll find that it all moderates, it all cuts back. So we'll put a bit of, I'll put a bit of blue in, not a lot. I'll do. Then mix a bit of light red with ultramarine and just put some clouds. I made the mistake the last one, making the cloud here too dark, and it clashed a bit with that tree, so I've changed somewhere. So as you go towards a distance, your clouds will become smaller. So let's put a bit of shadow in these large ones above. So there we are. I don't really want to do much more than that. Maybe a little bit of blue there. I'm not a lover of blue skies, as you know, but a bit of blue in the sky just gives the idea of the bit of cloud breaks. Okay, that will do. Reclip the paper. Have a swig of tea. Yeah, nice and flat. So you don't have to shrink your paper or stretch your paper by wetting it on a board, taping it with brown parcel tape and waiting for it to dry. It does do a lovely job of shrinking the paper so that it stays flat when it's wet. But this, by clipping it as we go, it stays reasonably flat, or almost reasonably flat. Figures I tend to like them going into the picture because it takes you into the picture. If you've got them face coming out of the picture, it has the opposite effect. So there we are. It's a very simple drawing, but you do need to practice it. Now I'm going to give that a bit of a dry. Just where I'm going to put my hills, so a bit of blue hills, perhaps a bit of yellow in with it, just a touch. Let's go a bit higher there, and a bit of light, a bit of lemon, and so fields beyond. Right, okay, that'll do. That'll do for that. Okay, so well, I'll start to put in some nice ivy sort of stuff in here. I can harden this as I go. Just a background. A bit of alizarin and a bit of blue. Just to go behind here. This is a shorthand way of, because it's a cool colour, it hopefully gives the impression that there's some trees beyond the trees, but it needs to be a little bit darker than that, so that it doesn't merge in with the background. And a bit more sienna now, and lemon yellow. I love raw sienna, burnt sienna. It just warms up as you come forward. Now we're going to put some nice ivy in there. So Payne's grey, burnt sienna, lemon yellow. See, now I'm putting the darks in, the black ink is toning down a little bit. But I don't want to do too much of that because it might just take the overall effect away. Now I'm going to put these winter trees in using a bit of grey and a bit of burnt sienna. I'm going to use the side of my hake to do this. It just shows the outline of the canopy, this does. Nice and easy, gentle. Oh, I can go a little bit harder, maybe, a bit thicker paint, but I want it warm. And try to get pleasant shapes on that canopy. Let some of the air show through, and the same on the other side. Bit of sienna in there. So I'm using different bits of the hake with different colours here. Just get that over there. Put that there. Okay, so that is that. I can do a bit more work with the rigger in here when that's dry. Then we'll go in with, well, I could almost make that smoke picture, couldn't I? Oh well, let's do last one I called Rain in the Peak District. This we'll call Snow in the Peak District. So sky colours, we've got nice warm underpainting there, so We'll show the smoke by the use of shadow. So light red, bit of blue. Light coming there. Well, coming up here. That one. Just nice bit of shadow in here. Oh, just little bits of cast shadow. And something coming off picture. And that's got to move. Showing the shape of the ground by the I can't remember what I was going to say there. Oh, by the brush strokes show the direction, give the shape of the ground. A bit more blue in there. Oh, just showing branches. Okay, that will do. I'm not going to do any more to that picture than that, apart from a little bit of rigor in the trees. And use the rigor with some vigour. Right, okay. Maybe I'll see my other little brush. I had two of these. Oh, on the floor. Chaos. Right. So I use a bit of burnt sienna with a bit of grey, bit of Payne's grey, just to do some more broad branches coming out to the canopy. Okay, that's it, sign it. Alright, that'll do. Bird. Okay, that's it. Right, we'll put it in the, could be in the blue mount, see what it looks like in the ordinary one, in the ivory one. Oh, this was quite nice in that. And there we are, a quick line of wash, only because you didn't see me do this, but it didn't take that long, 10 minutes. So there we are, we've got the distance here, very similar to the last one, but a different season. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to go and put my feet up now. I've done 3. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye bye.